Welcome back, low carb family. Happy June. Glad to be here with you all today. I know it's been a while, and so I'm glad to be back. I hope you're all doing well. I just want to come on and share sort of some ideas and some things that I'm experimenting with that I wanted to include you all in on so you guys can help me stay accountable and to do well, and maybe to encourage you as well. Been absent a while. Life has been crazy, hectic, busy. As I know you guys can relate. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to what I'm talking about. Um, I just wanted to get back on track and start losing weight again. Um, I've just kind of been stuck in a rut. Haven't done like awful bad, with the exception of an occasion here or there, but for the most part, still staying low carb. But I want to kick it into gear and get some more weight off, and more importantly, get a bit healthier. Although I definitely feel so much healthier now than I did back when I started keto May of 2022. So I've come a long way. My highest weight was 273. Today I weighed in at 227. So really aiming for hopefully by the end of summer to be down under 200. I would like to get in Wonderland. It's been years since I was probably in my early 20s that I got below that 200 mark. So I'm kind of aiming for that, and just more importantly, aiming for good health, longevity. I want to be around to do the things I need to do in life, to do the things I want to do in life, and I just want to be healthy. So just want to come on and talk about some things that I've decided I'm going to do. I've been experimenting this past week with a couple of things. I started listening to Dr. I believe you say his name's Sivas, um, and learning a little bit about bridge drinks and snacking. That's the other thing Dr. Sivas is talking about, how he said snacking is almost always an emotional event, that very, very rarely does it have anything at all to do with hunger. And that emotion can be sadness, it can be joy, it can be stress, it can just be boredom. So I've been learning a lot about that. And something I experimented with, um, using his bridge drinks, and or my own version of a bridge drink, I guess, is I have been having my usual coffee in the morning, which my coffee includes some equipped protein powder. I did cut that down to where I'm having half the amount, um, and sometimes a little butter in there, and vanilla, a little bit of allulose. And so I take my little thermos to work with my coffee, and I have a cup of coffee before I leave the house in the morning. And so I've been kind of stretching that out along with my big cup of water with um, salty or element or something like that in there. And I'm finding I am not hungry at lunchtime. So all these years, I've been eating lunch basically because it's lunchtime. I haven't been hungry, but I do it because my brain was trained. It's lunchtime. I need to eat. Well, guess what? I'm finding I don't need to eat lunch. Now, if I was really, really hungry, I might have something, but I would say all week, um, well, maybe I might have started this Tuesday, Wednesday last week, that I was able to just um, have my drinks through my lunch, get out, take a walk on my lunch break, come back to work, be fine, come home, fix dinner, have dinner, and be satisfied. So I'm using those techniques. That is something I'm doing. I want to continue that through June. And then I am doing, I'm calling it a carnivore experiment. The reason I'm calling it an experiment is because sometimes we put ourselves in a challenge, and then if you have one mishap, then you feel like you failed your challenge. So instead, I'm calling this my June carnivore experiment. For instance, this morning, very first day of June, which I forgot, And so I was having my coffee in the morning, and I grabbed a homemade keto cookie that I had made, and I had that with my coffee. And then afterwards, I'm like, well, I wasn't supposed to do that. Good thing it's an experiment, not a challenge, or I would have just failed the whole June challenge. So that's my mind frame. I am doing the best I can, not going to be perfect. And I'm okay with that because I am experimenting through this month of June with more of a carnivore challenge, not challenge, sorry to say challenge, experiment to see how well I feel, how well I do. I will weigh in again at the end of the month and see how that goes. A physical challenge with that is I have some capri pants from my sister-in-law that are too snug, and they are a size 16, and I can almost get them on. So I would like maybe by the end of June to be able to wear those, because that would be an accomplishment that I would be very happy with. If not, it's okay. I never, throughout eating keto, low carb, carnivore, never has there been a regret of doing those things, um, because you feel so amazing. So there's no regret in giving up whatever the thing is you're giving up. It's always a an award, a reward rather. So so that's one of my reasons why. Um, Also, I'm going to show a clip here in a little bit at church today. I will share just a little bit about my pastor, Pastor Tim. He is, if you look at him, you'd think he's healthy. He is a strongman competitor, and he has won some competitions, and he does really well. I mean, this man lifts a humongous amount of weight. He's just, he loves that world. He thrives in that world. But here lately, he has struggled with his health. And come to find out, it's mostly diabetic related. And so I've been sharing some videos with him. And so there's a little shout out where he mentions that in church this morning. So I'll share that little clip with you in a little bit as well. And so just get on here and encourage him. He's got the exercise and the healthy part down that way. He just needs to work on being healthier on the inside, being metabolically healthy. And so just get on here and encourage him. You know, I've sent him some keto things and some carnivore things. And, you know, even if he does a low carb, whole healthy, whole foods kind of thing, he's still going to benefit and do well. So make sure you stop in the comments and just send him an encouragement, because I know it's hard. I remember back in before I started back in May of 22, the thought of giving up carbs, the thought of no bread, no potatoes, you know, no chips, which are no potatoes, no sugar, no candy, no cakes, no pies, all of those things, you feel like you're giving up life, but you're not. And the farther you go into your low carb living, the more you realize that's not life. Feeling incredible, being healthy, having great blood work results, that is life. And that will give you a longer, healthier life to do the things you need to do with the people that you have in your life, whatever your job, your challenge, your calling. So I want to encourage you guys as well to, you know, hang in there and eat low carb. Try not to eat the sugar. I know. It's hard. Nobody wants to give it up. But you gain health. You gain your body feeling younger, technically younger. I feel when I eat like I should eat, when I stay in my very low carb realm and I'm eating healthy animal products, I feel better at 55 than I did at 35. So just do it for that reason alone, just to feel incredible. Trying to think. So I'm going to do animal products. Yes, I have a cheat sheet here. Animal products. So obviously, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs are included in that. But I am also going to do dairy. I will have heavy cream and cheese, sour cream, maybe some cottage cheese. Trying to think of it, cream cheese, um, within limits. And so some spices. I will eat spices and maybe, which I don't eat a lot of foods where I actually need it, but if I'm having something like my homemade chicken nuggets and I want some sauce, I may have some sugar-free GU sauce. So that's kind of the boundaries that I'm staying within. Of course, water, tea, coffee. Um, Trying to not have pop. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect, especially if I'm out somewhere and, you know, that it could happen. But I'm planning for lots of seltzer waters and just water and water with electrolytes. So those are going to be my planned drinks. Um, we'll see where my weight is at the start of July, see if I've come down in weight. Most importantly, can I fit in those pants I want to fit into? Hope so. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I have went back and forth probably a good year in my mind wanting to go more carnivore, but ice cream. Ice cream is my thing. I I have been eating keto chow ice cream, using my Ninja Creamy, making keto chow ice creams, sneaking in too many mix-ins and sugar-free little treats in there and stuff, which probably has not helped me in my weight loss part. But I still stayed low carb, still stayed healthier than I would have if I was eating the real stuff, right? So ice cream has kept me from trying carnivore again until I've been watching, and I had watched this before and even tried it a long time ago, but decided to try again. Dr. Kilt's carnivore ice cream. And I thought, I don't know how that's going to work in my Ninja Creamy machine. Hopefully, I can get that to work. So I tried it, and it turned out, I thought, pretty good. Yes, it's less sweet, less flavor, um, but it's still ice cream, and it's all animal products, so it's still within the carnivore realm. So here we are in June. Don't want to not have ice cream for the summer, so I am making a version of Dr. Kilt's carnivore ice cream, and I will be eating that. Can't say every day, maybe a few days a week. It could be every day, who knows, especially with just getting started on this way of eating. What I am also trying, because I am allowing Equip Prime Protein um, to have some of that in my coffee, I have cut that down to more of a half a scoop, quarter of a scoop instead of a whole scoop, just because I want to keep it closer to the animal products only, which the Equip is beef protein. It does have some stevia and some natural flavors, and I think most of those have like that, those ingredients. I think even the salted caramel, which I love in my coffee, I believe it's even carb free. So, I'm thinking I am putting that in there. So I have decided I'm going to try, even if it's just a quarter of a scoop of that in my carnivore ice cream, just to have some flavor, just on those days when I don't want vanilla or cinnamon. Uh, I can try these and I'll let you know if they're any good. I've got a couple in the freezer and we'll probably try one later. My husband has said he will eat these with me. Um, he enjoys keto chow ice cream as well, but he's trying to help me out and encourage me to stick with my plan. So thank you, Jim. And so I'll let you know how those ice creams turn out. Hopefully, well. I did learn I need to probably mix the protein with a little bit of warm water just to get it to dissolve better. But when I put it through the Ninja Creamy machine, it's going to mix it up and it'll probably be fine. But I no mix-ins in my ice cream. That's going to be different because I'm used to putting sugar-free chocolate chips or some sugar-free cut up cookies or something like that in there. So it's just going to be plain ice cream, but that's okay. I still get ice cream, which was my reason for not trying carnivore. So I'm going to have some ice cream and it's going to be all good. So I think I went over pretty much everything from my plan for my June carnivore experiment. And so just wish me luck, you all. I would love to hear your comments below. And let me know what you're doing for the month of June as far as are you doing any challenges or just enjoying your summer. But thank you all for stopping by, and I will check in and I'll try to shoot some videos along the way to show you how we're doing, maybe show you what I'm eating. It's not going to be an everyday video thing. Back to the I'm way too busy part, but I will try to get some on here for you guys and keep you posted. And I thank you so much for coming along. Have a great June. I love you all. Bye.
Being clean, I can say I'm clean from drugs and alcohol and then blowing up. That was another one, you know what I mean? But there's things that you get clean from. There's all sorts of things. You can have all kinds of addictions. It's not just drugs. It's not just alcohol. You can have somebody that has a food addiction. We've got a lady in here, two of them that tell me they have food addictions. I think that would be the hardest thing because you have to eat. You don't have to do meth, you know what I mean? You have to eat, and so every time you eat, there would be that addiction right in your face. So I guess I probably got a food addiction.